live. Surprise! Happy Friday. Welcome to the IT Hour, the spooky IT stories happy hour. Look who joined me. So very
Hello.
excited to have a surprise guest. Some of you who have been attending the IT Hour for a while now might recognize someone.
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
welcome
Hello.
back.
Hi. Thank you. Good to be back. Wow. The chat's making me feel so good. But I was telling Becky, I saw her post in the Slack lounge, and I was like, people are going to be disappointed when they see it's just me. But thank you for the warm welcome. It's so good to chat with everyone.
Nah, I told her they'd be excited because it's been a while and always fun to have people return to the show. I mean, come on, it's been a while. It's like getting the band back together.
Right.
So definitely definitely a good time. And I know people are going to be trickling in as we get started because who doesn't love, stories and prizes. So we've definitely got some good stuff going on. We're going to have some giveaways. Hopefully you saw on LinkedIn that we're going to be, I think the top prize was a gift card for $150, and then we're going to do I think 150, and then I do still have some swag in the warehouse. We've still got some mini mag lights, believe it or not. I think if any of you remember those, I found some of those in the vault, as was some power banks that have yeah, is it me? Is it me, Rob, that has the lag? I wasn't sure if it was me or Alexa. Um, but we do have also some power banks. Those unfortunately those are only in the US warehouse, but we will be happy to ship those out to people in the US. So we will have some fun with these things. And we have a warehouse. We just have a shipping fulfillment place. So them out for us. So we're excited to get some of those out and move some things out. Do I need to reload or something? Or I don't want to reset my router at this point because um, that would take a while. So hopefully it won't be too bad.
It's not too bad.
All right, here. Hang on, give me just a second. All right, I will try turning something off here and see if that helps. I can't turn off my video, obviously, but that would kind of defeat the purpose. All right, we will we will keep going.
Real time
So Alexa, what
troubleshooting.
if? Yep, exactly. Maybe I have too many browser windows open. What, me? When do I ever have too many browser windows open?
Talk
That
about
can't.
spooky is
Nah.
that's the scariest thing I've ever seen is the number of tabs Becky has open at one time.
I terrify everyone every single time they see my windows. Um, that is definitely a spooky. But you know what? I will close some out just to. I can always reopen them, hopefully. But I don't think it's that. I do think it's my internet. So, but I only have one kid home, and so their video games and stuff, their computer games shouldn't be bothering things that much. It's probably just the neighborhood. Ross says, and next week Becky finishes closing tabs. Yes, Tom, my emotional support tabs.
Exactly
I
right.
just, I have them open all the time for things so I can easily find what I was last working on. I don't know. Is it in ADHD thing or something to have that many tabs open so I don't forget, because if out of sight, out of mind. I don't know. I have Fiber. I have Google Fiber. I should not need to throttle my child. I mean, my child's devices. So Nathan's saying throttle your
Uh-oh.
kiddos' devices. I did mean devices. I love my children. They're great. So, Alexa,
Yeah.
what's going on this week? We'll start with this week because
I know. Yeah,
how
it's
are
been
things?
things are good. Things are good. Yeah. I'm always, like I said, always happy to revisit the community. But I have been working on something I think kind of exciting that this came at a very opportune moment. So Becky, if it's okay with you, I'd like to share something.
Well, almost. Almost. First, I want to ask you how do you have any plans for are you ready for Halloween? Are you
Oh,
getting that
well,
going?
like we were talking about this in the green room. I was so excited for Halloween this year. I was just feeling the spooky spirit. And then all of a sudden it's a week before and I haven't done anything to prepare. I've got no decorations, no costume, no nothing. So I am excited, but I've got some prep to do.
Same. We were also talking about how my neighborhood is like the Halloween neighborhood. I think I've talked about this in years past. And I was trying to figure out how much candy to buy. And I should know this by now. I mean, I've lived for a while, but I bought four of the giant bags of candy at Costco. And if any of you who shop Costco know, those are pretty giant bags. And I always run out. And I was trying to figure out how many kids come through the neighborhood. And I was thinking, and I live on the main street in the neighborhood where all the traffic comes through and everything. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I think we have about 400. And then I was checking in the neighborhood group, and no, my one of my neighbors posted that last year they had 800 kids.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, I always I just shut down whenever I'm tired, and if I have a little bit of candy left over, I give it to one of the other neighbors on either side of me, and then give out the rest of it. But usually, I run out before the night is over,
Yeah.
and I just you know, and you can turn off the light and close, take all the stuff off the porch because I usually sit outside and give out candy because I don't want to open my door like a million times. I have cats and don't want anybody to. We don't want any escapees, but it's fun. I love all the costumes and stuff, but it's also kind of exhausting. So
Yeah.
I still have some prep work to do this weekend.
Yes.
So,
Becky, I have an important question for you. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
ooh, oh my goodness, that's really tough. I all right. So chocolate wise, I really like 100 Grand. I don't know why that's one of
Oh,
my favorites. It's not very common, but
yeah, I was
I've
gonna
always liked
say.
it. Um, and on the, like the non-chocolate side, hmm, maybe cherry and lemon and orange starburst. I don't like the strawberry.
I feel like that's a hot take.
What
Also,
about
pro
you?
tip in the comments from Tom, 100-gram freeze as well. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, hmm. Good to know.
Good to
I
know.
also like the holiday versions of Reese's cups. Like I mean the normal ones are okay, but I feel like the chocolate to peanut butter ratio is better on like the little
I do agree.
either the Easter eggs or the Christmas trees or I
Yeah.
guess the pumpkins on Halloween. So, all
Yes.
right, what about you?
Well, I was gonna say I'm a purist. I think Reese's is my favorite, hands down. But recently, I have been very into Mike and Ike's. So there you go.
Oh, those are good. I
Yeah.
really like those. Like great at movies.
Yes.
Um, Definitely lots of fun. Skittles are pretty good too, but I although I like the Reese's, I cannot stand Reese's Pieces.
I agree. I don't
Just
like them either.
a big no. But I also like
And
Butterfinger. Those are only the two peanut butter flavored things that I like. Um, I nothing else peanut butter flavored except for
yeah.
actual peanut butter. Like no, like I don't like peanut butter pie. Um, I don't
Yeah.
like
It's too much
butter
peanut butter.
cereal.
There's such thing.
It's weird.
I'm laughing at Chris's comment. Finally, someone talking about the chocolate peanut butter ratio. We talk about only the hardest of hitting topics on the IT hour.
That's right. Yes. But I love that they actually come out like I think they started with the Easter eggs. Like I think that was the
I
first one
think
that they
so.
did that was like the different shape. And then of course they moved to the Christmas trees. So I was like, I tried those and I was like, oh, heck yeah, this is perfect. And the mini Reese's are actually the worst because the chocolate's
Oh.
so hard and
Mm,
there's, the crunchy chocolate and there's not enough peanut butter in there. So it just, nope,
interesting. I don't know if I've
just
had
doesn't
the
work.
mini ones, but I'll stay away.
If you also want like the hard peanut buttery, like a Butterfinger, try Chico sticks or Chico sticks. Chico sticks.
I don't know
They're just
those.
like a it's just a big one. You have to kind of like it's almost like be careful not to break your tooth because it's like
Mm.
gotta really chew on it. Oh, but one of my new favorites is dark chocolate Tim Tams.
Oh, interesting. I love dark chocolate.
They're really good. Yeah. My youngest hates dark chocolate. He refuses to even touch it. So that's one thing I can buy and be assured that he won't eat it. But my oldest likes dark chocolate, so
Just hide it.
I have to. Yeah, I can't hide anything in this house. No candy whatsoever, like no sweets. So now we're talking in the chat
I
about
know it's on
Canadian Kit
fire.
Kats taste different and Smarties up north are different. So, and then there's something called crunchy bars. So, and I think somewhere in the chat they said that was maybe similar to what a 100 grand is down here. So see, we could just never mind about spooky IT stories. We're just going to talk about Halloween candy the
I know.
entire time.
Yeah, I will
All right.
say, my sister's boyfriend, who is from England, will not touch American chocolate. He thinks it's disgusting, and it's so much better in England. He says so. He does always bring chocolate back here, and I will say it's pretty good.
Oh, when I went to Europe and went to Belgium, oh my goodness, the best, the
Hmm.
best.
I do agree with
I
that.
can't tell you how much I ate while I was there, and then all those cute little boxes they pack up for you when you buy it
Yeah.
in the stores, and then I brought back well, I brought back a lot as gifts, but I may have brought back some for a gift
You
for
have
me
to. You
too.
have to.
Um, yeah. But, oh, so, so good, and absolutely, that sort of chocolate compared to the chocolate here unless you go to, like, a little place that actually like, an artisan place where they make it here, those are amazing.
Hmm. True.
And Brandon is saying Japan has a beat on Kit Kats. Yes, so many different flavors, but some of them I'm kinda looking going, "Hmm, I don't know if I'm gonna try that flavor. There are some of them that look really neat, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I would totally try that." But then other ones, I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna make up a flavor. I don't know if it's real or not, but if it were something like bonito flake, I'd be like, yeah, no, I think I'll skip that. Which is a fish flavored thing for if you don't know what bonito flakes are. Um, let's see. Most people now consider Japan's major exports no longer Walkmans, etc., but Kit Kats and anime. All kinds of snacks, like you can get little boxes of snacks every month and just try that. So red bean paste. Oh, okay, Tom. Is that I'm assuming that's a Kit Kat flavor? Sounds like. I've not tried that, but boba, you know, I like boba.
True. Yeah.
Get all kinds of cool flavors that way. And actually red bean, I think it's red bean boba that I've tried before, and that was actually pretty good. Monthly box of foreign goodies. Well, they're foreign to you, Kelly, but they're not foreign to the people who have them in their country. Green tea moon pies. What?
Yum.
I've had dark
Sounds
chocolate moon
good.
pies and caramel, like is it salted caramel or just regular caramel? Caramel. But I've not seen green tea moon pies. Yes, you're right, Jonathan. Boba is from Taiwan, but then I started thinking about more Asian foods rather than just Japan, but I didn't say that out loud. That was my mental thought. So thank you for saying that out loud. See, my train of thought sometimes jumps the track, but I forget to say that part of it out loud. Um, so I love trying all the really cool snacks at the Asian store because you can discover some really cool stuff, which is probably why I found like seaweed and actually wound up liking it. You know, the little dried seaweed, salty,
Yes.
crunchy.
Yep. Great
Oh, Rob
snack.
says they're not actually Moon Pie brand. That's probably why I haven't seen them. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to circle back because Alexa has something really cool to talk about, and I may stop and talk about your plan or Halloween plans. So, all right. So this is
Listen, we could
actually
talk about candy for the full hour. That's what we were saying in the green
we could.
room. So, but we must stop ourselves.
That's that's true because we do want to talk about the spooky stories too, because
We do,
otherwise
yeah.
we can't give away our fun stuff. And then what do we do about the prizes that we promised?
Exactly.
So,
Well, before we get to that, yes, I do have something exciting to talk about. It's what I've been working on for really all of this year. This is not something we have posted about or shared anywhere yet. So this is truly a sneak peek, first preview, first time talking about it publicly. But JumpCloud is hosting its very first user conference. So we are super, super excited to bring together just the IT community to chat, network, learn together. It's going to be January 28th. So we wanted to host it then because we wanted to, Q4 is busy for everyone, give you time to wrap up the year, but then, yeah, kick off the new year with us. We'll be talking about some super exciting stuff, taking a look at the 2025 roadmap. We'll be releasing our latest IT trends report. You'll hear from our executives. We're going to have some exciting external speakers. We're going to be doing a live Q&A with our executives. So it's going to be really cool. We're designing some really cool custom tracks around some specific content. So
oh no, the worst time for her internet to go out and drop her. So I will I will do some filler while Alexa gets back on and finishes that thought. But we are very excited for that user conference. It's going to be online. Um, yeah, I guess she wasn't supposed to announce that quite yet and got booted. But no, we're very excited about that. Oh, hey, Tom's going to come on and
Well,
say something too.
if we needed an emergency host for things like that, I can jump on stage. But Alexa's back, so I'm just going to drop by.
We were filling. I was saying that I was going to fill in for a second and say that we were joking that you were revealing it too soon, Alexa, and you got booted. Can you hear me speaking back to you? Are you good? I don't know if she can hear. We can see you and hear you, Alexa. Can you hear us? Oh, she doesn't have her earbuds in. Oh no. Well, I will keep talking and let her figure it out because we are. Yeah, we can hear you typing, but I don't think she can hear me talking.
Oh no. All right, let me try to rejoin then. I can't
Yeah,
see or
just
hear
refresh.
anything.
Yeah, I was noticing that she wasn't wearing her earbuds. Of all the days. So we've got a lot of great programming in store for the user conference. We're very excited. Alexa has been working so hard on this conference nonstop. We're working with a lot of folks to get some programming ready around the product, around things that y'all would want to do, and even have some hopefully some customer guests. So very excited. Yes, Kelly, this is an online conference. It's going to be virtual, so you can attend from anywhere. And we are super excited. I don't know if I can reveal the name yet. So let's see if we can get Alexa back on. But while she is trying to get back on, I will also say that in conjunction with the user conference, we are relaunching our customer awards, which we had 2 years ago. And we called those the Jumpies. And I'm really excited that we're going to be doing those as well. Those will launch right before the holidays, and we're working on those details as well, like the categories. And we would love to have a lot of you enter your use cases and enter to win a really cool award. I will have more details on that as soon as possible. And she says she's trying to reconnect. So I guess I just keep, vamping a little bit. But really, we are super excited to have that in progress. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes. Yay!
Okay, yay.
All right.
Woo!
So I was just talking a little bit about the Jumpies getting ready to launch in conjunction with the user conference, and Ross wants to know if it has a fun name. I said I'm not sure I can share that, so I
The name
wanted
of
to
the
see what
conference?
you. Yes.
Okay, yes. It is called Jump Cloud Land. So we are inviting you all to join us at Jump Cloud Land. Yeah, we're just super excited about it. It's about time, I think. And yeah, like Becky said, yeah, we'll be doing customer awards. We really want this to be just a celebration of you all. So, well, we hope you'll join us. Yes, it is January 28th. Registration will open mid-November. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up and get you excited about it, because yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, but super informative as well. So we hope you'll join us.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. So we hope you'll join us and register when that opens up, and get your ideas ready for the Jumpies.
Yes.
And get ready to enter, because
I
there
don't
will
know if
be
you
prizes for that too.
I don't know if you, I'm looking back at the chat. I just wanted to say, yes, Kelly, this is an online conference. This will be virtual. It's just a half day of content, so hopefully not too big of a commitment for you to join us. And it's free also. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, free online conference. So wanted to make sure I said that.
Yeah,
Jump Cloud
and
Cuckoo.
hopefully.
Basically.
Yeah, but maybe not the branding we're going for quite. I mean, this show is Jump Cloud Cuckoo Land. The
Yes,
conference is going to be a little more, serious and a lot more down to earth and practical than this is.
True.
Oh goodness, I'm sorry. My glasses, I try to clean them and I actually make them worse instead of better. So, Alexa, I think we had a couple of spooky stories, tech tales of terror. See, I wish I had an effect so I could go with an echo or something and be tech tales of terror. We had a couple of submissions online. So do we want to start with those?
Yeah.
And then we'll ask y'all if anyone wants to come on stage, by the way, and actually come on audio and video and tell your story live. Tom, we may actually ask you to come back on and tell your story that we love you to share annually. I know you have to share carefully because it's kind of NSFW.
Fine. I will be polite about it, but I don't have much of a voice. I'm fighting off the end of this cold. So.
Oh no. Hey, Tom.
How are you, friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. I'm drinking from my Betty's Pies mug from Two Harbors soda. It is my homiest, most enjoyable, comfy coffee mug.
Perfect
My
for
emotional support
spooky.
coffee mug.
Yes, I was gonna say it's perfect for today, sharing IT spooky stories around this virtual campfire.
Yes.
Awesome.
I have a couple
Yeah.
of mugs like that, and I love them because they're just
Well, the mug shape is great because you get a nice wide base here, so it's you can't tip it, and holds heat because it's got a thicker wall on the bottom, and so then your hands are nice and warm, and you know,
Yes.
all of those good things.
Yes.
Appreciate the
Diner
well
mugs are the
wishes,
best.
Brendan. So
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Tom, thanks for joining us on stage.
Yeah.
Everyone, feel free to put your spooky stories in the chat. But yeah, we did get a couple submissions on LinkedIn. So yeah, Becky, we can start with that. The first one came in from our very own Jurgen. His scariest story, he said, was the worst one and also his very first IT nightmare, which would be a terrifying way to just start your career in IT. But he said this was the I love you virus. Am I interpreting that correctly?
yeah. Oh
uh-oh,
man.
by Tom's reaction.
Yeah. Yep. He said this was when there was no Slack, but there was ICQ. And it
Yes.
exploded while this lovely virus was eating up our servers, including Exchange.
Yes.
He says he remembers restoring mailboxes from the transaction logs, and it still gives him sweaty hands.
Yeah, that one was particularly insidious because it was a highly effective virus. This was actually, you know, an actual, you know, real virus in terms of the letter, you know, in terms of the definition, and so it would spread from computer to computer and then start filling up the hard drives for those machines.
Oh, wow.
And this happened, God, this would have been at the beginning of my IT career too, because this was like right as I was finishing college.
Wow.
And so this is May of 2000, give or take, and oh man, super scary. Because like we didn't have it, you know, a lot of machines that were being affected, you didn't have a great way to kind of mitigate this except take them off the network or shut them down. And of course, community wasn't what it was at the time. You know, I was going to say we had fewer and farther between ways to, you know, get in touch with each other. And yeah, I was going to say ICQ was great at the time. AOL Instant Messenger, another, you know, former technology. Those were,
or just
you know,
a
great
plain
ways
old
to.
BBS.
Oh yeah, BBSs, man. I was going to say because that was at that point pre-internet. In a lot of ways.
Wow.
Yeah. So, whew.
Scary.
Yeah. In fact, I think some of it did spread. I don't know if did it spread via ICQ as well, or was
I don't think it spread via ICQ. I think it spread other ways.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to do? Well, Ross, do you want to come on and tell that, or you just want us to read that? I mean, depends on whether or not you're wearing one of your Halloween onesies, which I should have messaged you beforehand and told you to wear one of those so you could come on screen and tell it. So we'll wait for his response. Why don't you go ahead and
Yes, while we wait. Okay, let's see. We received another one online. This is from Michael Cena. He said a few years back, they had a major outage, which happened to fall on Friday the 13th. He said everything went down, servers, networks, phones, the whole shebang. They ended up tracing it back to a faulty patch that had been pushed out automatically. But the extra creepy part is that the patch was numbered 666. And it was deployed at exactly 1313.
Nice.
That's spooky.
All right. We have a volunteer. Let me see if I can figure out. Okay. I got to go to a different spot here and invite Ross up on screen. All right, let's see if that worked. Come on down to The Price is Right. So Ross, look for an invite. That should tell you to come on stage. It says you're invited, so it should give you a little message that says,
Oh, here he comes.
it worked.
Oh, there it is.
Ross,
Yay.
how are you, friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so my first story was, well, maybe when I was like 6 months into the job, using a different MDM, I was working on deploying and starting to deploy new machines. And I accidentally sent a full screen window to about 20 machines, including the CEO and another executive. Kind of was like the first big IT job, and I was like, oh, crap. And he had to go apologize. And the CEO said, well, what did you learn from this? I said, don't do it that way again. And he goes, that's right. He goes, I was in a meeting, but yeah, it was a fun meeting for him. And then the second was a overnight upgrade where I crashed GitLab for 24 hours on the company by backing it up and thinking it was fully backed up, and then it turned out it wasn't. And then I had to pull another drive and copy that drive in AWS. And the bad choice there was, of course, I did not ask for help when I should have. So source was down for 24 hours. Good times.
Yeah, ouch. But
Yeah, that hurts. One of the more scary stories that I've heard involved a lab full of machines on a previous version of the operating system. And this was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. So they were running intentionally a private network of machines on an older version of the operating system, and set up a policy in another device management tool and didn't scope it. And that meant it went to every machine. And so in this particular case, it upgraded all of this lab to a much more recent version of the operating system than they had intended to be running. And it essentially meant, all right, now we got to work all weekend to wipe those machines, restore them to the older version of the operating system, put back this very custom piece of software on those systems that only ran on that version. And so I was going to say, not paying attention to your scoping gets to be a pretty dicey proposition in a lot of ways.
Oh, I've got a third scary story. I worked at a social media company when they had their MFA breach.
Oh.
Yeah. It was very public what happened, and they talked about it. You can go read about it at a Elon-owned company now. And they at that point they had reset all of our MFA tokens, reset all of our passwords, and we had to do visual verifications on a company size of about 100 or about 10,000 at the time. People had to go through it with their manager. So all to be on a call at an exact time with their manager. He gives a temporary password, and then we could reset everything.
Ouch.
That one was
ouch,
fun.
ouch.
All right, I'll let someone else hop on.
Good to see you, Ross.
Thank you. All right, Brandon, do you want to come on and tell yours, or do you want us to read it for you? And any of you all that are saying yours in the chat, let us know whether you'd like us to read them or whether you want to come on screen and do it. And Sam says, I'm working with someone now who was an advisor in fixing that for Ross's tail. Ooh. And Brandon says, I'll need a minute to set up. So we will give you a moment to do that. And let's see, Nathan, my IT nightmare at this point would be not having Jump Cloud. Aw, thank you. Yeah, we'll all do it.
Mine didn't go.
Aw.
Why isn't mine going?
Wait, do you have
your reactions on?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't. Do you have a Mac now, or do you still have Windows?
No, I still have Windows. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break Tom's heart this morning. Let's see. I think in the
Sorry, it's not
meantime,
a crowdcast thing. Oh yeah, you
Oh.
want to read Nichols?
I was going to read Kelly's because she said she didn't have to come on stage for this one, but she had a small entry.
Okay.
She had a user with an authenticator app that had one item of several that wasn't working. He decided it was the auth app that was the issue and deleted the app, oh boy, along with all his MFA items.
Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. But yeah, I was going to say, if we've got a moment, then I will tell my story of horror, which was the time that we learned that Android ran on refrigerators, which is by itself not scary. What unfortunately we discovered is that if you have a device in a public place and it has access to the internet, there are certain things that will happen to that device if you are not managing it carefully. And so, for example, it was a new place, new office, and they put in this new refrigerator. And so the whole idea was that you could see inside the fridge without having to open the fridge. You could see it on the display in the tablet, or you could use the Post-it Note app. And the Post-it Note app, you could just use it like it's Post-it notes on your fridge, or you could scroll and get a web browser. And so they were doing the tour with the insurance agent, who's reviewing the property after construction. And so the general manager, and we got this awesome new smart fridge. And here, if we just swipe to the right, you'll see a lot of really inappropriate content. And you swipe past that into the Post-it notes, which were also full of inappropriate content. And it was just swipe and swipe. And that was how I learned that you had to do endpoint management on your refrigerators. That was one of the horror stories that, sometimes where the internet might have been a mistake. So yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you end up with refrigerators that get polluted and because of the internet. So that was my horror story.
I grew up in a construction company family. I worked for a construction company for a time as a young adult. I have also been around mechanics, and I have worked with the fishing industry before. So that story could have happened at any of those companies, and probably has.
I guarantee you the insurance agent had seen everything. The look on her face was not one of shock, but these fucking guys. Oh, excuse me. These effing people. But.
Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Becky worked in the fishing industry with the PH.
Yeah, not quite. But oh boy. All right, Jonathan said that he would be the introvert pass. So let me scroll back up and find that. All right. Got a spooky one. Jonathan was testing a phone system PA on the weekend and playing music over the handset and walked around the office making sure that he could hear it. Really cool hearing every phone playing the same song at the same time. The spooky part was that an all phone PA, including remote phones, so they got some music randomly playing from their desk phones. Oh, remote phones. That would be kind of weird all of a sudden, have that playing with no warning. All right, let me put that down. What else do we have in the chat here, Alexa?
I'm scrolling.
I'm gonna copy that into our entries.
Perfect.
Is Brandon ready to hop on yet?
Not sure, but let's see it. We got one in the chat. This is from Mac Lemur. Many years ago, wasn't him, but was someone else, when servers were beefed up desktops and attached storage. Let's see here. An attached storage where
Mac Lemur is Louise, so.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Louise.
Okay,
wait. Sorry, now I lost my place. Okay, many years ago, wasn't them, but when servers were beefed up desktops and attached storage, I think that should be where external.
Oh,
Oh.
I lost my place. Oh, hang on. Let me.
Sorry, Tom threw me off there too.
Servers are beefed up. Attached storage were external SCSI drives. This person was eating their lunch on a table. The drives were under this table. Oh, they spilled their soda and the drive started to have issues. Fun to help rebuild that office's servers. Ay. Servers are beefed up desktops and attached storage. So they were eating lunch on the table where the drives were underneath it. That's a bad habit. bad habit. Hopefully that person had to help fix them since they were the one who did that. Okay. So I'm just also trying to keep track of these so that we can make sure that we get a chance to vote on these. So I'm scrolling backwards to make sure I haven't forgotten any of them. Has Brandon said ready? Because he said he had to get set up. I'm still waiting on you, Brandon.
I see one in the chat. This is from Timothy. He said, one day our MSP was dropped by our EDR solution. Apparently relations broke down and the vendor pulled all environments without telling anyone.
Oof.
Yikes.
Holy moly, Sam. OMG, you reminded me about the time that the 70-plus-year-old owners of the company shared all their nudes with everyone.
Oh my.
Holy moly. That is a tale of terror,
I'd say.
All right, so I am trying to keep track of these, but Alexa, the one you did from Tim, can you paste that in the doc? Nathan, do you want to hop on and tell yours, or do you want to have us read that? And Brandon, I will find where you are here and invite you on stage. Thank you for the Brandon is ready in all caps, Ross. I see that now. So Kelly says, I worked in the tech support department at Lossier back in the day. So this scary story is 2 words, SCSI troubleshooting.
Oh, no,
right.
not SCSI.
Brandon, hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
SCSI. And I just remembered that the one thing I forgot to do was turn off the black frame insertion on my monitor so I don't flicker. That's where all the flickering is coming from in the image. So now this is me slowly changing. There we go. That's better. All right. So in a previous job, I worked at a resort, and we have boxes on poles for essentially they take fiber and they convert it to Ethernet. So Cisco IE4000s. Fun fact, we actually managed to destroy one of those things. Those are industrial. The heat cooked them, which is fun. But more of the scary story was I was outside needing to take a look at one of them because it wasn't connecting to anything. I opened the door and a mouse jumped out at me. I'm like, that's not great. So there's like, obviously, mouse nest and everything in there. So we had to get facilities to get someone in to clean that up because all the fiber cables got chewed up in that box. Good news is just the ends, so it was easy to fix. And then, of course, during the summer of that year, I had to go back. It's always on the same road, so same tech pole road. I go to another one, and I have to preface this. I'm absolutely terrified of bees and wasps. And I open the tech pole, and there's just a nest of them at the top right. I noped far across that street faster than anything in history. I was like literally running so fast that I was running and I literally fell and hit my face planted into the ground.
Oh no.
So there's actually, and the best part is this is on video. So my colleague literally found that and is like playing it back. He's like, this is hysterical. So yeah, luckily I didn't get stung. As far as I'm aware, I'm not allergic to bees, so that's good. And they got that fixed. But yes, I very much respect those who have to go out in the field and modify all of that physical equipment because you can get some scary things happening.
That's the number one thing you're not supposed to do in a scary movie is run and then trip.
I literally did that. I ran across because there's basically a road where people go in and out to the building. I ran right across the road, and it's a hill going down, and I slipped and fell onto the grass there.
Oh my gosh.
Then I had to go to security and say I got a boo-boo. I got to fill in the paperwork.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you didn't get stung and you weren't hurt and all of those things. So and did you want to quickly share the other one while you're up here? I think it was something
All
about the
right.
hard drive.
So, someone that I had talked to worked for, basically was a vendor who provided hardware support for third parties. So they basically replace equipment, stuff like that when they used an MSP. And in that other company they were supporting, the official policy for disposal of solid state drives, to wipe the data, was a DGOS them, which basically means put a magnet in front of them. For those who don't know, magnets do nothing against solid state drives. So you'd have all this data, proprietary, super sensitive data that could be on these machines. Oh yeah, we wiped it. All right, it's ready to be disposed of. That was now later changed to drilling it with a screwdriver through the chips. But yeah, that was fun. This was also before the times where you could just click a button in a BIOS and just tell the chip to fry, not really fry itself, but hit itself enough voltage where it nukes everything on the chip, which means you can now non-destructively do it. But yeah, that was fun.
Oh boy. Somebody didn't know about how the change in technology worked, huh? from the drives. All righty. Well, thank you, Brandon. It's good to see your face and everything. And all right, so we got Nathan's here. My first week on the job, I was trying to do a cleanup of Atlassian permissions. After some review, I thought I understood the structure. I was wrong. Confluence and Jira permissions were all overlapping and intertwined haphazardly, which I hadn't realized. As such, I inadvertently removed the CEO's access. Oops. To their credit, they asked what was going on when they couldn't access stuff. I immediately realized my error, and they just let me fix it without making a big deal out of it. I'm sure the look of horror on my face was enough. I'm picturing Jim Carrey, where it's like,
yeah,
that face. I later redid the whole permission structure so that it actually made sense, then integrated it all with JumpCloud so it's provisioned automatically. So yay.
Happy ending.
But I'm totally, yes, definitely. For now. Oh, and here's another one from Ross. My own scary story is I did have a voicemail once with my documents shared, or maybe that's a VM, maybe that's a virtual machine. I think of VM as voicemail. I had a VM once with my documents shared. I wanted to see what Mac OS would do if you did rm-rf/. Turns out it wipes, your mounted folders and reboots into recovery. Aren't you supposed to do that on a test machine? It's a test drive? Hi. Well. And let's see. I have to scroll back down.
No, I'm doing the same.
Rob, I found that a year and a half ago. They didn't stuff the ingress ports for the fiber panel with steel wool, and a mouse got in and chewed off one of the fibers. How are we going to do the voting on this, by the way? We're going to have to do it shortly. Or it might just have to be random, everybody that shared. Unless y'all want to do a voting, let us know, because this may be difficult.
We can vote in the community too.
Jonathan, I got another one. Do you want to read that one? Go ahead.
Sure. He said, The AC blower in the server room had the condensate drain get clogged by a dust ball. He was bailing water out of the tray while it was running. I opened the service panel to get more space to get my bail bucket in there, and I saw that one of the 3-phase AC leads was submerged in the water. It's like staring death in the face. Oh no. Oh my.
Yeah.
Not good.
Ugh. Yikes. And Kelly says, we had that at a client site with some outbuildings. One of my coworkers was on FaceTime with a person who walked into a building with some networking gear to see that it was wrong with said equipment. Something back there is furry. I'm leaving now. I have done that in my garage. No equipment in there, but I walked into my garage one night to throw something away and I saw eyes glowing back at me. And I'm like, It was far enough away from me that it was fine. But Nathan votes for random selection. That's probably easier. We can do a random number generator. And Ross says, that's why it was in a VM. I just forgot I had mounted folders. Always check, Ross. Not that I'm not guilty of doing dumb things. I have definitely done dumb things in my time. Do you want to read Rob's?
Sure. Let's see. Let me scroll. Okay, Rob said client had a file server with AD that ran a radio. Is that correct? As the only backup under Windows Server 2012, not even R2, which was directly connected to the internet running RDP gateway in 2022. 10 years. They used the ISP router as the DNS DHCP server too.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, keep going. And I'm just double checking all the names to make sure I have everybody to put in the RNG. Do you want to read? I don't think we've read Michael's yet. Have you?
I'm not sure. Do you have
From
it in the
LinkedIn? Oh,
I
it
read
was
that one.
from. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, Ross, Kelly, Jonathan.
Did we miss
Sam,
anybody?
Timothy, Nathan, Brandon, Rob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've had 10 people.
We're caught up on the chat,
Okay.
so I hope we didn't miss anybody's.
Yeah, I'm counting. Okay, so I will read off the names. I've got Michael from the LinkedIn one, Nathan, Louise, Ross, Jonathan, Brandon, Rob, Kelly, Sam, Timothy. So if that's everyone, I will go do. Oh, I want number generator, not name generator. Okay. So for the $50 random number, that is Jonathan. Congrats, Jonathan. $100. That's number 6. That's Brandon. Number 4. Oh, that's Ross. Well, there you go. That's $150. I think we can include Canadians in that. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, we're going to. And then I'm going to do a couple of now these are US. I can only ship these to the US for right now. So because they're so if I draw anybody that's non-US, I apologize in advance, but the mini mag light and the power bank. So hitting it again, a duplicate there. Okay, so Rob was the next draw. Rob, do you want the Maglite or the Power Bank, which is basically one of the batteries that says Jump Cloud on it? It says Apple Power Bank, which I haven't seen one of those before. But I will send you one if you want one. Or we have the printed mini Maglites. Oh, you have a Maglite. Oh, cool. I didn't know we'd already sent you one. Okay. Power Bank. And then let me do another one because we have plenty of them. Generate. That's a duplicate. Okay, it's giving me just the same numbers over and over again. Michael, are you in the US? Sorry, I'm in a different tab. Kelly wants to win the Maglite. I do have gift cards that we have both available both in US and Canadian. So let's see. I do not know where is Michael still on. And
so.
Okay, we will email and ask. And you know what? Everybody that entered, I will find something to give to you, either a Maglite or a power bank. And Louise, for you, I will see if I can send you one of those, and if not, I will get you some alternative because I know you're up north of us as well. So we will make sure everybody that took the time to share a story gets at least something as a thank you. This has been so much fun. I love doing this every Halloween because there's some crazy stuff going on out there. And Louise is East Coast. Well then, shoot, we can get you a Maglite or a power bank, whichever one you want. Louise, just let me know, and we should take care of. Sam wants a Maglite, so let me put that in the thing here. We haven't given these away in quite a while, and I looked and we've got plenty of them. Kelly already said power bank. Okay, you can pay me later. It's fine. You don't have to tell us right this second. Let's see. I had one other person. Nathan, what did you did not say what you wanted. And Timothy, if you're still on, you tell us what you would like as well, or I'll email. All right, power bank as well. Alexa, it was great to have you. Enjoy getting your Halloween decorations out this
Yes.
this
For the next
weekend.
week.
Yeah. And so you are always welcome anytime.
It was great.
Doesn't have to be a whole year and a half or however long it was.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll have you on before January, or
Yes.
maybe early January, to talk about the conference, because we've got lots to do between now and then, between the conference and the jumpies. There's going to be lots going on, and we may be coming back to recruit again.
Indeed.
So
yes, thank you for having me. So great to see everyone and chat. It's always so much fun. And yeah, I'll be back. But yeah, mark your calendars for January 28th. Hope to see everyone at the conference.
Yeah, thanks a bunch, everyone, and we'll see you again next week. Take care, all.